Okay, so I'm live now. Can I pop up my own chat? I've never streamed on Facebook before, so this is new to me. So this is commenting as Looking Bullet shows, but can I pop this out? Can you not pop up the chat? Is that not a thing? Can you make it wider? It's kind of rough. Oh well. Oh, now it's really small. If I put it on my smaller screen, I put it in full screen, it's all the way to the left, and I don't like that. Dude, I am really surprised that you can't pop up the chat. There's like a couple of different things I can press, but none of them are about popping up the chat. Okay. I guess that's just how that's gonna be. Maybe I could have this over here. Just make it full screen. Okay. Okay, so I'll put this preview over here so I can see that. And if I want to, and then I can be over here and make this full screen so the chat's as big as it can be, and it's all the way to the left, which is right next to my monitor, so I can just look right there and there's my chat. Kind of makes my face look extra pale though. Alright, anyways, I'm just mapping out my town here. I got a pencil and some paper. That's the part that I've started mapping. You can already kind of see there's some drawing on there. It's upside down because of the way I picked it up, but that is the bottom left portion of my town that I've started mapping out already. Because I was just streaming this on DLive, but decided to go try out Facebook streaming, because I've never streamed on Facebook. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you can see that bottom left portion of my island, like the whole thing, the whole dark green left portion. I've got all of that mapped, and all the trees and flowers that are on that portion. We went running around down here. That's why there's all these holes everywhere. I was using it as a measurement. So all of this has been mapped out already. That's all good to go. I even got these bridges that are connecting. I was gonna start up here with this portion, and I actually already have those flowers and that apple tree mapped, and that tree is not important to map out. However, I do need to map out this cliff, just because it'll make things easier for me, I guess. I don't actually have to map out this cliff, but it would be helpful. Okay, so, if we go diagonal from the flower that we have up here, that spot is actually right next to the cliff, right before the cliff starts going diagonal, so I can connect that to part that I've already mapped up. And then it goes, looks like it slopes for, I think that's only 2 spaces. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2 spaces on that. So it slopes for 2 spaces after that, and then it's straight for 1 space, and then it's a slope space. And then we have a long straight, and that's actually where things get kind of tricky. So when they go long for that long, but those flowers up there actually make it really easy. So we have this slope. Diagonal from the slope is the white tulips. Okay, so we'll just be white tulips. And we have the red tulips. Now we have the yellow, what is it? Hyacinth? Hyacinth? I think that's how you pronounce it. And then red tulips, yellow hyacinth. I always want to say hyacinth. See, I can't even finish it because it's so incorrect. Okay, yellow tulips, blank space, yellow tulips. That blank space is not supposed to be there. It's going to be all flowers eventually. White tulips, yellow, you know what I'm trying to say, and then an angle. Okay, and it's angled for 2, 1, 2, is it 3? No, it's just 2 and then it's straight, right? Okay, let's see. Right there is the yellow, whatchamacallits. And this spot right here that I'm looking at with my pencil, I know you can't see it, I apologize for how lame this stream is the yellow tulips, and then you go diagonal, and it's the other yellow tulips, and then you go diagonal, and it's the red tulips, which are above a straight. So yeah, I had it right. I'm just second guessing myself like mad lad over here. No comments yet. Sad. It's just like streaming on DLive. Nobody wants to talk to me. I was streaming this earlier on a different streaming platform, and then I was like, I've never streamed on Facebook. Let's go try streaming on Facebook because maybe somebody will talk to me, because nobody was talking to me on DLive. Except for Violet. She's always very supportive. That's I don't know. I probably should just... Violet's... I'll call her a fan of mine. But I know her in real life, too. She's a fan with benefits, if you know what I'm saying, because she's my girlfriend. And she's very supportive. I appreciate that a lot. So she was talking to me on there, but I mean, even she went like AFK, and of course I want to have more than just my girlfriend supporting me when I do streams, but I understand that I am super spotty with them, and I always am playing different games, and it's just kind of led to an inconsistency where people don't really watch. That's basically what has happened. Okay, so I have marked the cliff all the way to these stairs. Which is kind of interesting. So, diagonal from the corner, we have the cherry tree. And then you go down a space, over a space, over a space, and we have an orange tree. Then you go back a space, over a space, over a space, and we have another orange tree. And you go over a space and over a space, and there's a pear tree. Getting these marked off. Okay, so there's 2 spaces and then an apple tree. So 1, 2, apple tree. Okay, and then 1, 2, pear tree. 1, 2, pear tree. Alright, and then it looks like we go back 2 spaces and over a space, and then there's a cherry tree. Oh, not quite. We go back 1 space and over 1 space, and there's... No. Back 2 spaces, over 1 space. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so pear tree, back 1, 2, over another good old cherry tree. So there's 2 spaces between the cherry tree and the cliff? That doesn't seem right. That don't seem right. No, there's one space. So what did I do wrong here? Oh, I see. When I went over, I have pages that I'm mapping this out on, and they're taped together, and there's little spaces where the pages come together. And when I went across and mapped that apple tree, I actually mapped it 1 lower than I was supposed to, because I was thrown off by the gap. So let's fix those mistakes. I probably shouldn't have erased them that hardcore, but I can see where they were until now, where I went through and erased them more. What were they? P and C is what it said. Okay, so P was supposed to be here, and C was supposed to be here. There we go. Still no comments. My heart, my soul. I guess I should mark the water. I haven't got to doing that at all on this side. I made it pretty far following that cliff along, but I didn't actually get the edge of this at all. I'm traumatized from when I had to get the edge on the other side. Okay, so there's this weird half next to the bridge, and then there's a flat spot next to the bridge, so that continues on. And then we have a slope for 2 spaces, and then we have a flat spot. And then we have a slope for... Ooh, is that 3 spaces? It's a 3-space slope, is it not? 1, 2, 3, before we have flatness. Now let's double check this for accuracy. There's a pear tree right here. Okay, so right next to the pear tree is a spot where I'm standing. Right next to where I'm standing, there's a tree, and then there's a blank spot. So there's 3 spaces between the pear tree. Okay, where I'm standing, the tree, empty space. Ooh, there's a 4th one, isn't there? No? Okay, no. Cool. There's not a 4th one, so I am correct. Okay, so we have that straight spot. This is a very long straight, so I'm gonna make some holes here to help me measure the distance. Alrighty. So, flat spot with a hole, flat spot without a hole, flat spot with a hole, flat spot without a hole, flat spot with a hole, flat spot without a hole. Okay, and then we get to the angle, which just gets a little bit fatter. And the angle, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 flat spots. 1, 2, 3, 4 flat spots and an angle. And then this is what, 3? Yeah, it's definitely 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then it gets a little bit bigger. And then we get to where the bridge is. There's a flat spot, and then the bridge, and it keeps going flat after that, even for 3 more spaces. So in total, that's, I think that's 8, because the bridge is 4. Yeah, the bridge is 4, so that's 8 across right there. Because flower, 4 for the bridge, 3 more. Yeah, that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Some cartography. I don't know how to say the word. I think it's cartography. So this is going on here. That's what this live stream is. Animal Crossing cartography. Okay, that is an angle for 2 spaces. Been doing this for long enough. I think I can tell which ones are 2 spaces and which ones are 3. And that would be 2 there, but here we go. Things are going to start getting kind of tougher with this flat length. How long is this for? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got flat spots for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually didn't even map this far on the top side, but hey, we gotta get it done somehow, and I'm on a roll. Okay, so then it's angle, flat spot, angle for, I think that's 3 right there. 1, 2, 3, and then we get to a 3 straight. 1, 2, 3, and then that's 2 sloped pieces together. 1, 2. Oh, this got me nervous actually. That's 2 sloped pieces together. This might be 4. No. I think it's only 3. Let's see, 1. Yes, it's not 4. 4 would be nutty. It's only 3. I was right. I just wanted to double check. Still no comments, man. I'm hurt. Maybe I'm not seeing them? Nope, I don't see nothing. Unless I'm not seeing where the chat is. But I think I am. I don't know. Anyways. I just got that little angled spot where those flowers are at. And then it goes up. And then it goes over by, ooh, is that 2? Let's go over by 2? It's just 1. It's just 1, isn't it? It's that weird half spot. That's what's throwing me off with this bridge. So this bridge is right here. Okay. I know what's happening. So diagonally from the flower is the bridge. I can't dig diagonally from this flower, right? Yeah, no. Shovel just goes right through it. How is that happening, actually? Yeah, because this is all one weird little spot. It takes that weird little half spot. Okay, so we have this where the bridge is, or where the flower is, the flat spot next to the flower, and then there's definitely a diagonal here, and I think it's just one diagonal before it's right next to this bridge. Or is it 2? I don't know why I can't figure it out. It looks just like this one, which was freaking me out, because I counted that as 3. My brain can't handle this. Did I jack this up by counting that first one as 2? Is that just 1? No, it's gotta be 2. But then, if that one's 2, then this one's 2. But that can't be right. but I think it is. So it goes to, and then the bridge? It doesn't seem right, man. I'm lost. I lost myself. I'm gonna worry about that another day. Which is gonna be today, but I mean later on. It's not what we're gonna worry about at this very second. I'm gonna get all the way back over here to this cherry tree. You know, I didn't mark any of these flowers either, but let's see. It's actually because the flowers are in the incorrect spot. And what am I doing? I'm standing here underneath this cherry tree. So these flowers are in this weird little fat spot. There's 4 spots for flowers there? Yeah, that's accurate. Okay, so I'll just mark those as such. I need to sharpen my pencil though. I should have done that quite some time ago. Okay. I could probably do better than that. Still kind of dull, I'm not gonna lie. I want to have precise looking stuff. Oh god, it's all jacked up now though. Everything is doomed! Still not sharp. Is it gonna fall out again? It seems like it's about to fall out again. It's like definitely loose, and it's still dull as heck, so by the time it gets sharp, it's gonna fall out again. This is fun. Apparently I chose pencils where all the lead inside of them has just been completely obliterated. I'm pretty sure I have some mechanical pencils with lead in them, but I actually wanted to use like a old school wooden pencil. But now I'm starting to be like, bruh. Oh my god, no. It's gonna happen again, dude. That's it. I'm trying to sharpen the other one. The other one's all short, but maybe it won't be so beat to crap on the inside, because seriously, that other pencil, it's like every single little segment is a crack. Okay, so far so good. Still gotta get sharper though. It's got a weird flat spot on the end from where it broke off last time. So still gotta be trimming some off here. It's kinda got a weird point, but I think it's good. Okay, so this weird flat spot underneath the orange tree. Why does this seem wrong? Okay, maybe it's not. No, this is wrong. Great. No, I'm really glad that I went as fast as I did. I seemed like I knew what I was doing, didn't I? But this is wrong. And I'm not sure what part of it is. Weird bridge. Like, how did I end up so incorrect here? It's like where this. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So I go all the way to where this cherry tree is at, and what I see on my map is that the cherry tree is basically where the staircase is, according to the bottom half that I made. So the bottom half that I made is wrong. How did I jack it up so bad? This pear tree. I remember I did a check here at this pear tree and it was right. So this pear tree, okay, so that's the hole in the spot where I'm standing, and then the hole in the spot where I'm standing, and the hole, this is where I messed up, and then the spot where I'm standing, and then the hole in the spot where I'm standing, yeah. Hole, spot where I'm standing would be here. And then from right there, it gets fatter. And I didn't do that at all. Why do I suck? But I don't think it is too awful. No, it's gonna be. I'm gonna have to erase everything I did. Mistakes are fun, man. That's what happens when you go too fast. It seemed like I was doing so good, and this is like weird, man. This point is jagged. It's not like it's like a sharp point, but it's not sharp smoothly. And now the friggin' lead's dead, dude. I am going to get that mechanical pencil I mentioned. This is driving me nuts. I got a nice green mechanical pencil. I hope you can't really see it. Oh, yeah, the green screen's taking it out. You can, like, kind of see it, but not really. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So, yeah, these are the type of the mechanical pencils that I used to have. I used to never use them in school because I basically can't write with these without breaking them by accident. So, everything that I made is 2 spaces too far to the left. It needs to be moved over. Because I jacked up. I jacked up bad. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this slope happens. So I need to erase that little section. Oh, this eraser's not bad actually. It's just kind of got a squarish shape to it, so it's hard to use it the way I was used to with the circular ones. Should have been using a mechanical pencil this whole time. I'm a dink. But oh well. This is all fine until you get here. It's got to go 2 more over this way. And then that angle. And then it goes all the way here. 2 more over this way. Oh god. Okay. Things are like colliding. Goes down, and then we had that, and then it went back up, and it went on to here, okay, and then it went like this, and then it went like that, and then it went push down, like so, okay, that's fine. Here, continue 2 more out. Is that 2 more out? I guess so. Yeah. I'm confusing myself. Whew. It's a little bit more obvious now. Yeah. 3 down at this angle. Gets to that flat spot. There's a cord going underneath my paper. Makes it kind of hard to write on. And then we get here. It has to go 2 more over. And the angle's going up. Okay, and that's where I got to that bridge and gave up. So I need to erase the lines that no longer belong. And hope to God that I did that right besides in that one spot. I went really fast through all of it, but I think I was doing pretty good. That one spot I jacked up on the map because of the gaps between the pages. It's really thrown me off in times. Because you are trying to make this freaking map and then there's these weird gaps in between your spaces. It just makes it tough. Yeah, now I'm erasing the wrong lines. I'm talking. And making my map at the same time, and it made me erase what was correct instead of what was wrong. Because I made the land connect, but not the way it was supposed to. Okay, and these bad boys get erased here. It's everything that's... Okay, so this needs to be erased here. Should have done this as I went, instead of trying to come back to it. It's kind of confusing as all heck. Okay, so these right here need to go. Okay, I'm pretty sure I erased all of that properly. Let's really hope so. Okay, so back where this cherry tree is at. Is it all lined up the way it's supposed to? I'll rip my brains out, dude. Is it not? Oh my god. It's because I erased the wrong freaking stuff. I should have just... Oh my god, I'm dumb. Right? That's what it is. It's that I'm dumb, right? Please tell me. Please tell me I'm dumb. I erased the wrong stuff. It looks like I did. This is supposed to go up, and then this is supposed to go across, and the cherry tree is lined up with those flowers right before the angle. Yeah, see? So that's right. I just erased the wrong things over and over again because I couldn't have just done it as I went. No, let me just make things harder for myself. That's what I did. I'm really intelligent. I've never made a map before. I've definitely never made a map on a live stream before. So, double whammy! Alright, that looks right. And the stairs, then this big old gap for nooks in the table, and then the weird little slopey slopes, and then a pretty big space, but not a huge one. Yeah. And then a little slope, flat space, big slope. Pretty decently long flat space. That looks way too long, bro. What did I do there? I think I erased the wrong stuff again, maybe? I don't know. What? Why is this 3 space long gap? I made 5 spaces long? Why did I do this? So maybe this was weird. Maybe I erased the wrong lines again? Probably. You know, I don't know how. But now that's right. 3 gap. Yeah, the long slope ends, and then there's 3 spaces, and then it slopes back up, and then I gave up because we're at the bridge. That's how it's supposed to look. Okay, so we're all the way back here. Let's get some flowers in here. So I got super... This is how I noticed things were wrong, because I paid attention to where the flowers were lined up with the cherry tree, and it did not line up on my map. So we have spaces for 4 flowers. I actually don't have them lined up the way they are supposed to be there right now, and I'm pretty sure all the way over here... Didn't I put little flowers right there? I'd probably put even more if I wanted to, but I could just leave them with the 1. For now, I'll just put the 1. If I add more flowers there later, I could put 3 more kind of like in this row above that. That would be kind of nice. Over there, I think I already marked those flowers, and that's just going to stay the way it is. This tree actually doesn't need to be marked because it's like a monument. People can't mess with it. I protected that tree by putting those ropes around it. And that's the last normal tree that was in my town originally. There's no other original tree in my town besides that one. Besides, there's also an original pine tree. So I have an original, they're called hardwood trees. That's what that is. And then I have an original pine tree as well. They're both roped off. And I just like having those in my town. They're the OG trees. Everything else was planted by me. But they're artificially. Alright, so cherry tree, a space. Then we get to this staircase, which actually... Okay, it's lined up. Yeah, it's lined up with the cherry tree. So we'll just kind of do how I did with the stairs or bridges and have it be like dotted. So it goes in the slope. It's probably not. Yeah, it's not as long as my bridge. Staircases are smaller than bridges. Yeah, by ton. They're way narrower. They're shoved into a little 2-spot space. That's crazy. Teeny tiny compared to the bridges. But I have long bridges. I went for making the biggest bridges I could. Okay, and we get up into this slope. Yeah, okay, so there's the flowers at the top of the slope, and then there's another space, and that's where the bridge ends, is after the other space. So they're 4 spaces long, like a short bridge is. I guess I could actually mark all these flowers running along the top. I'll stay on task. I want to water those, but I want to do this task, and I can play regular Animal Crossing after I do the task. Or I'll just be done with Animal Crossing for the day. I don't know. You gotta pick some fruit and stuff. I had to wait, let all this fruit grow back so I could easily identify what type of trees are what. Anyways, the flowers go all the way around this edge. Boy. Okay, so they go all the way until that first fat spot, actually. After the long straightaway at the end, right? Yep, the cherry tree in between, yep. Okay, so flower, 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 flower. Where's the stairs at? Oh my god. Okay. Flower, 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 flower. Yep. Get that weed out of here. Okay. Flower, 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 flower. Flower, 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 all the way up to the staircase. Yep. I just have some out of space. I have some out of place right now because I'm trying to grow the black tulips. I got like roses and stuff somewhere. I need to get more roses and other types of flowers that I don't have yet. 32 minutes and nobody's talked to me. I think I'm pretty sure I've looked at my chat and I can't see anything. Let me see if I say hi in my own chat. Yeah, I can see it. Bleeding Bullet, hi. So, yeah, 32 minutes and nobody's said anything to me. I'm sad, man. Okay, doke. Arte choke. So I could even map nooks. There's a bridge. Did I do that right? There's no way there's a bridge there. Oh, that's because that's not where the bridge is. Okay, so we have, it gets wider, and then there's some flowers after it gets wider, and then there's the bridge, which is 4 spaces wide. And it's actually 5 spaces across the water, 1 space of land on each side for a total of 7 spaces. They're long boys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 will be where it comes on the land. Yeah, they're long bridges that I have. It's across it 4 spaces. Okay, the bridge has been mapped, even all the way across to the land on the other side that I didn't see yet, but I know it's going to be flat for that bridge. Has to be. Pretty neat. Okay, then I got flowers on the other side, and then furniture that nobody's going to mess with, so I don't need to worry about that. And that's fitting perfectly with what I have so far. And I was actually not going to put any more flowers here, but there's 2 trees. I need to get those trees in. So this orange tree is, let's see, there's that slope, flowers, furniture, small slope, flat spot, big slope. After the big slope. Okay, so there's 1 spot, another spot, orange tree, 1 spot over. Next spot next to that is the pear tree. Here another present. It's like the one thing that I can't help but shoot down. I don't even think I have space to pick it up anymore. I might have one left. Yeah. Oh, and I could actually make another if I put away the bells. I could go sell this crap that I have. Make some more space for presents that are flying by as I'm mapping out my town. It's actually going at a decent speed this time, though. The first time was taking forever. Okay. Ooh, I like that fireplace they have. And what is that instrument? Is that just a violin? I bet it's expensive as heck. I'll have the money for it in my bank. And probably after I pick some fruit, I could just get it. Okay, so all this stuff. Actually, I think I've given this bird wing to the museum. I'm not 100% certain, though. Hooray. Give me the not even 9,000 bells. Ooh, I got Nook Miles. It's probably, I think it's for selling shells. That's what the Nook Miles are going to be for. Let's check. Oh, yeah. 1,000 Nook Miles for me. Because I need more. Okay. So, I mean, I could try to put Nooks actually on my map. Let's see, I know that here's the stairs, there's a spot next to the stairs, and then the next spot is Nooks, and there's flowers actually right underneath there. There's nothing else. There's no other reason besides those flowers to actually mark that Nooks is here, though. I could do it, but I don't know why I would. Maybe I could just have it, like, vaguely. I'm not gonna sweat it for now. I have a decent amount of flowers over here that I need to get to marking. Oh, I haven't made more of the cliff since the staircase ended. That's what I should start off with. Okay, so the stairs ended. It looks like immediately it goes slant. Oh, it's actually before the stairs end. Right. So from here, I think. No? Oh, it's so uneven. So it's actually a slant from here. This way. How many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. I already marked 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces before it gets wider by 1. And then it gets that wide for 2 spaces before getting skinnier again. 2 spaces and then skinnier again. And now we should be lined up with that pear tree, and we are. Okay, so 3 spaces. At this width, it went, and then it gets a little bit wider. And then it's that wide for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. So 5 spaces. Something doesn't seem right. I can go down there and double check. But it's saying that it's only 2 spaces wide down here? That can't be right. Unless it is diagonally like that. Look, you see? Oh no, that's only showing 1. So something's wrong. Can I bet for after this bridge? Okay, so flower, furniture, slope, flat spot, double slope. Unless that's a triple slope? No. But I got 2 spots underneath that orange tree. So this is right. 2 spots underneath that orange tree. Okay. What happens here? Did I not make this long enough? How many mistakes am I gonna make? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so right now we are directly underneath this orange tree, which... Oh, no, there's a hole there. Okay, so hole, orange tree, and then where I'm standing, hole, where I'm standing, hole. Yeah, this is where I went wrong again. What's wrong with me? Where I'm standing, hole. Should go over. Right. Hole, where I'm standing, hole, blanks. Ah, I lost it. Okay. Hole, where I'm standing, hole, blank space. And then a hole, blank space. So it's 2 off again. How do I do this? Not just once, but twice. So everything I had, it's like, I think it's when I didn't erase the right things, because it's like I'm redrawing lines that were already there. And now I'm going back and erasing lines for a second time. I feel like such a dope. Oh bueno. Two more over. And then this slope. And then this. Erase a little bit of time as I go, otherwise I'm going to make the same mistakes over and over again. And slope all the way down. Should be good now. Okay, so 3 spaces, and then a slope, and 1, 2, 3 spaces. It's actually not right. Let me see here. So let me get these flowers marked. That'll actually help me with accuracy. Alright, so we have this orange tree. We're standing right behind the orange tree, and then we dug a hole. So, right behind the orange tree, dug a hole, didn't hit any flowers yet, and then we get to the flowers. Okay, so let me mark the first one, and then we can just count how many that are there, and I can go across that many. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's add 4 more. I already added the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it slopes back in, actually gets a vertical piece there, and then it slopes back out and starts going horizontal again. Okay, so that looks about right. So over here, we have flowers in this corner. They're diagonal. So that leaves us 1, 2, 3 spaces. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Alrighty. And then how many flowers we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, I already have 1 marked, but we can go 1. Okay, we'll just go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That brings us, let's see, we're at the second to last flowers. Oh, yeah, we have room for these red flowers that are down on the bottom part of the screen. And then you go diagonal down, and there's more flowers. I never really got to getting this bridge right, but I think I know how it goes now, because it's just 1 diagonal piece, right? And then the bridge. question mark. Yeah, I don't know. I almost want to come around from the bottom side, but I could end up with the same questions from the bottom side. Did I do it right or not? I'm gonna drink some water. Stop talking for a moment while I do it. It's not like anyone's here to hear me talk anyway. It's rough, man. I don't know how streaming on Facebook goes, though. Nobody was watching me on DLive either. Okay, so mark these all the way across here. All those flowers next to that cliff. And it gets to a slope after that, but an undefined amount so far. I think I should just forget about this bridge for the time being. This slope right here throws me off way too much. I don't know why it's so confusing for me. I guess I could clear up some of the details if I made it straight. Oh, I want to get that balloon. I want to get that balloon. Alright. So yeah, let's just pretend it was jagged instead of an angle. So we get to the flowers, and cut, and then up, and then bridge. So yeah, I was all over it. I just was second guessing the crap out of myself because it was kind of funky looking. Does that thing seem like it's just going down at an angle now? Like, it seemed like it was going horizontally, and suddenly it was like, you know what, no, I'm just gonna go all the way over here. Like, it really moved away from me. Another present from me. Probably something I have already. Alright, so the bridge will be 4 spaces long. 1, 2, 3, 4. That lands will go underneath it. Bridge is 5 spaces across the water, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Before we get all the way across where there is land. For sure, in a straight manner for 4 spaces, because it needs to be that way for the bridge. Okay. Lines for this bridge. Glorious. Okay, then we can continue on with the rest. So from the other side of the bridge. Okay, it immediately slopes. Actually, what happens, there's a flower right next to the bridge. And a flower after that, because the slope changes to a flat spot. It's like diagonal. And then we get another piece like that. Oh, I'm not writing at an angle anymore. I was writing the letters at an angle this entire time. I'm going to keep that up. Okay, there's 3 flowers there. And then it goes down 3 flowers. So 3 flowers and then down 3 flowers. As it goes up here. And then it starts going at an angle for... Ooh, that's a long ways there. Let's just use these to help me kind of measure. Alright, so there's a flower. Let's pretend that's a flower, but it's just a hole. And then that's a hole. And then that's a hole. And that hole is actually at a flat spot, which means this is all at an angle, and it connects perfectly. Okay? And then there's this 3 spaces long before it abruptly cuts up for 2 spaces, and it goes at an angle. It goes up for quite a while. How long does it go up here exactly? So, if you can mark these trees, it would be helpful for me getting this area mapped. We have the middle edge, and then we have a tree right there. I'll just put a T for regular tree. And then it's basically diagonal from that we have another tree. Let's see, actually that's not true. We have that tree, and then you go up one, up another one, over one, and there's another tree there. Is that really how it works? They look so much closer than that, but I guess that's correct. So from that tree, you'd have to go down one, and then down another one, and then over one to get to the tree. Yeah, I had it right. I'm just gonna erase the T I wrote though, because it looks hideous. I can do better than that. Okay. So we have next to that tree where I'm standing, and then a hole, and then a blank space, and then a hole. And diagonal from that hole is where it's going at in diagonal. So this is all straight away in between. Kind of want to double check what I just did. So let's just count holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 would bring us right next to the tree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brings us right next to the tree. Beautiful. Okay, this looks like a slope of 2. Pretty sure. 1. Oh, might be 3. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Wait. I forget how this works. It doesn't like super matter, because I can kind of remember how these trees go out here. It's pretty obvious. I don't necessarily need to map them, but I guess I should anyway. Okay, so angle, and then angle of 2, and then up by 2, and then it looks like another angle of 2. I don't know. I feel kind of crazy mapping out this peninsula, but I want it to actually resemble my town, and this peninsula is definitely part of my town, so we're gonna map it out. Okay, it looks like 2 spots again. Yeah, so it juts out horizontally. Oh, too much pressure on the lead. Snapped it. Juts out horizontally by 2 spaces. It gets a little bit wider. And it goes horizontal. And it gets a little bit wider. And it goes horizontal for 2 spaces. And it gets skinnier by 2 spaces. And then it goes up. Yeah, it looks like 3 spaces. Goes up 3 spaces. What's happening back here? Slope of 2 spots. And then it goes straight back for a long time. Oops. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Goes back 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? I swear I counted 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, what am I doing here? Let me just count 9, but say out loud 8. My brain, ladies and gentlemen. Just kidding. The nobody that's here, actually. Okay. So we have 1. How big is this slope? Is it 3? Is it as big as this slope back here? Because I counted this slope as 2. Or is it just 2? Is it 2 or is it 3? I think it's 3. I don't really know for sure. Okay, you know what? I don't have to completely figure that out right now, because as we come around this cliff, it'll make it more obvious. Oh, and there's water there too. I could map that water just because I like totally don't need to. There's no good reason for me to put this water on my map, but I just want to do it. I just want to do it for the sake of having a nice detailed map. All right, flowers, blank space, hole, slope. Okay, next to the slope is flat spot at 2, and it goes up by 2, and it goes back by 1, then it goes up by 2, at a diagonal of course, and then it goes over by 2, and then it goes down by 2 at a diagonal, and then it goes down by 1, and then it has a diagonal of 2, which connects up with that diagonal. Okay, so there you go. We got my little pond mapped. Nice. Okay, got some flowers on top of the pond and a little double flat spot up there. And these flowers, ooh, this actually kind of helps me, because above those flowers is where I'm standing. Next to where I'm standing is a hole. Next to that hole is a blank space. Above that blank space is some tulips, flowers, and those tulips are important because why? They're the first straightaway in this diagonal here. So we know how long the diagonal is. And then there's a double straightaway, which is obvious because of these flowers up here marking them. So let's add the flowers. Okay. Diagonal. Looks like it goes up 2 spots. Is it 2 spots or 3? I kind of want to go up there and try to dig so I can make sure that it's not 3 spots. It's hard for me to tell from down here for stupid reasons. My town's just absolutely covered in holes from me digging around measuring stuff. I'm making some good progress though compared to how long this was taking me the first stream. So something is stuck somewhere. Okay, there's the tape I'm using to keep these pages together. Sticking to the desk, made so I couldn't move the map around. Okay, so I was all the way up here, and I'm pretty sure I was right that this was 2, isn't it? It's like, oops. Okay, fine. Don't let me do it then. It's like a wide, or it's an angle, and then it's a double straight, and then it gets narrower. So it just looks really wide, but it's not actually as wide as it looks. And holy crap, it goes at quite a slope right there. Okay, so how exactly does this work? We have a spot behind a cherry tree. Ooh, this cherry tree is 2 spots above the flowers. So 1, 2, and then the cherry tree after the 2. Okay, cherry tree. There's a spot behind that cherry tree. Okay, that adds up. So this goes back at a slope, probably just all the way until the edge here. Let's see, this cherry tree actually continues on an interesting pattern. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. But it's helpful. Cherry tree, space, space, another cherry tree. Okay, behind that cherry tree, there's a space, and then a pear tree. Behind that pear tree, is there 2 spaces, or is there 1 space? What is that noise? There's 2 spots behind this pear tree. I think I know what's happening here. And it's actually weird. I shouldn't be able to dig behind the pear tree either. There's 2 spots back here, which holds up. Pear tree and then 2 spots. I actually don't necessarily need to map all the way back here. I could, but there's no good reason to, because the only reason my map exists is for the trees. I don't need to map the little cliff all the way in the back. It's for the trees and the flowers. I might map it. We'll see, but I'm not gonna bust my balls over it. Okay, so something that I could try to get together though, or figure out. Oh, you know what? We can map a ton of these trees. We can actually do it. It goes in a pattern, so I just have to get the first 4, and then I'll be on my way. So let's see here. We got a pear tree, and then a cherry tree, and then an orange tree, and then an apple tree. Orange tree, and then an apple tree. And let me just make sure that in fact, okay, So how long do they go for? You know, it's 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I know my orchard. 7 by 4, right? 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we can go with diagonals. So that's how they go. Apple tree at a diagonal, apple tree by oh, but I have to make sure it goes by 7. That's the part. Yeah, I can't go too long. Okay. So I'm gonna get not only the edge, but I'll get out here too, so I can see how long it goes to. So apple tree, orange tree, cherry tree, pear tree. PCOA. So that means it's gonna go AOC, right? AOC. Yeah, to the pair. AOC. Alrighty. We know the pair is all the way in the back. There's a cherry tree back there. And then back here is an apple tree. And then diagonal, so we get here's a cherry. Is there always? Wait, no, that makes no sense. Cherry tree, cherry tree. Oh, there's the oranges. Okay, let me do the oranges. What? This is nuts. Okay, no, that's how it goes. Okay, I'm confusing myself. So the pattern holds up even up and down. That's interesting. AOCP is how it goes. Up and down. AOCP. That's actually the easiest way to do it. Wait, what? That can't be right. What did I do here? Oh, yeah, I flipped an O and an A. Wait. I suck. I flipped something around here, didn't I? Cherry. Okay, there's supposed to be an O here. There's supposed to be an O. Not there, right? Oh, no, right here. Yep. Oh. So then, what ends up happening here? Oh, never mind. So why did... The pattern doesn't hold up? What? Whoa, it doesn't. Oh, it goes the other way. I'm an idiot. I messed up by writing all those apple trees in. That's what it is. I looked at it, went, okay, I just have like I went the wrong way with it. I took it in the pattern. I made the pattern go this way when the pattern's actually going this way. I suck. Okay, so C, and then all these are supposed to be P's, not O's. So a mess. What? Tell me it's orange after that? Okay, at least I had the orange tree right after that. Apple. And why is there a C there? That's supposed to be an A. What did I do? It was so easy. This was supposed to be the easy part, and I jacked it all sorts of up. So let's just check our work. PCOA, okay, APCO, okay, now OAPC, beautiful, they're all matching up, okay, so now what about right after that. I think I jacked something up on the 4th row. I put an orange tree where there's not an orange tree. Or no, that's right. Pear. Right? Pear, apple, orange. Okay. Yeah, so orange, orange, diagonal orange. Okay, so cherry, diagonal, cherry, 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 and then now it's gonna get confusing. I should probably just go look at the orchard, otherwise it's gonna be tough. What is above C? P goes above C? Yep. So P, 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 and nothing. And what goes above P? A. Okay, so A, okay, and then nothing, and then above A goes O, so O is in the corner. Let's just go make sure O is in that back left corner, and we'll know we did everything right. Yep, O is in the back left corner. So that's my orchard, got the pattern down, just really effed it up trying to do it. And now, standing next to this pear tree, I actually can't dig. Okay, so I'm next to this pear tree, and I cannot dig because it's at an angle. Oh, but I'm standing next to the pear tree, but I can't dig because it's at an angle. And the angle is going for another one. Okay. And then it goes back for a while towards the orange tree. I don't necessarily need to map it. I think right there it actually just cuts abruptly? What? That can't be right. Oh, maybe it is right. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't need to, like I said earlier, I don't need to bust my balls over the cliff right now. It's super unimportant. Okay, so these flowers, those pink hyacinths, or however it's pronounced, is not in the right spot actually, but I can map these flowers anyway, and I can just not include those hyacinths that spread out into a spot they're not supposed to be. This will give me more to take after in this game as well, because not only will I be out trying to take out weeds, I'll also be like, oh, I need to make sure everything's in its right spot. Okay, so again, just count how many flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, one more. That's what I thought. I just wanted to kind of double check. Okay, now lined up, we got over here, there's the pansies, and then there's the cliff, and then there's a space, and then there's a pear tree. Okay, and then there's 2 spaces, 1, 2, and then there's an orange tree. Beautiful. Okay, and I have a whole bunch of flowers here that I need to map. So flowers here, and then those roses aren't going to stay like that, but I actually am going to put 2 like this. Kind of a little wide spot there. I guess I could make them double up and have some thickness, but I'll just start with less flowers on the map, and then if I end up adding more, I can just add more. It's not that difficult. Okay, so these flowers actually end kind of abruptly, because I wanted there to be space for after you got off the stairs to head this way. That's fine. I got that right. Let's see here. These flowers, space for where I was standing, then the hole, now the space where I am standing, and then some flowers. And those are lined up like this. Okay, we can map these stairs. I haven't mapped these stairs yet. We could do that now. Actually, I should. Let's map the cliff. So I had like, oh no, I didn't map those flowers. Okay, yeah. Let's map the stairs. Scratch what I said for half a second. So we have where the stairs over here are. There's 2 spaces between because there must be. And then we have stairs. And the stairs are how many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can count. Okay. Kind of making these with dotted lines. Same thing I was doing for the bridges. This is really coming together. I still have to do the mainland and the rest of the up here. I didn't expect it to be taking this long, though. Like, what time is it? It's almost 7 p.m. And I'm like, oh, yes, I have almost 2/3 of my island mapped out. I'm doing so good. Rough, man, rough. Okay. So, with this staircase, let's see. Oh, I did it wrong, boyo. Okay, we don't have to erase too much because I did dotted lines, so I can just kind of erase backwards. Not too ahead of myself here. Okay, so let's see. The stairs actually go past these flowers. Yeah, there's those 2 spaces there. How was that not a dead giveaway? It was so obvious that I was doing this wrong, but somehow I still missed it. Okay, there we go. Now that's correct. 4 spaces? Yeah, 4. 2 by 4. That's all it is. So flowers, and then... Okay, yeah, they only go up to 3. So F, 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 F. Okay, and the cliff is actually right here. Stairs cut right through it. Oh, okay, nope. And then there's an angle on either side after a flat spot on either side. And then it starts going flat on either side for an undetermined amount of time, so we're going to have to go figure that out. Let's go up here. So, first flat spot, I'm standing in the second flat spot, hole. And, okay, so, first flat spot, there's a hole, and then there's an empty space, and then there's a hole, and then there's where I'm standing, and then it gets skinnier. And then it goes for 2 spaces, and then it gets skinnier. And it goes for an undetermined amount of time because I have yet to go check it out. Let's see. So, over here, there's a cherry tree. But I'll get to that. Okay, so actually I can just make this go across because I can see where I already made some of this cliff. Because it's over by my orchard. So that matches up with what I have already mapped. Cool. Let's go to the other side. Or I could just, let's get these trees. Okay, so I got that cherry tree, and then you go over 1, and up 1 to it. Over 1, and there's a space, and there's another space, and then there's the pear tree, right? Let me double check that, because there might not be space and another space. It might just be space and then pear tree. Yeah, it's just space and then pear tree. I'm a dink. I'm gonna fix that. Okay. Cherry tree, over 1, space, pear tree. And then this apple tree is... Okay, so underneath the pear tree, and then over 1, and then over another one, and then the apple tree. These trees, they're like kind of all separate. It's tough to exactly figure out where they are, but I think I got it for the most part. Let's see. Yeah, so apple tree, space, hole, space, and then what was it? An orange tree? Okay, and then I think from that orange tree, it looks like you go over 2 spaces and then down 1, and you'll be... Okay, yeah, I can't dig there. 1, 2... Down 1 brings us to the cherry tree. Okay, and then 1, 2... 1, 2... Up, and then up, couple... Wait, oh, I'm all over the place. Let's just... Over 2 and up 1 brings us to the pear tree. That should have been obvious. But I'm dumb. Okay. And then pear tree. Down 1. Over 1. Down 1. Over 1. Down 1 brings us to an orange tree. Yeah, it's lining up. with what I have previously mapped already. It's lining up with the cliff that I mapped already. And from the orange tree, we go over one, up one, and here's the apple tree. Okay. I seriously think I should map that cliff last. I mean, I could do it. It'd be kind of cool to see exactly on my map where the cliffs are. So let's see, there's 2 spaces back here. So behind this apple tree is 2 spaces. But it's right next to a slope. Or it's, oh no, it's not. Right? Because I'm not lined up with the apple tree right now, I don't think. Or am I? I was. Right here. Yeah, this is lined up with the apple tree. Okay, so it is right next to a slope. Okay, so we have the apple tree spot and then another spot next to that. Apple tree spot is flat in the back, another spot next to that. Oh, there's even another slope. There's even another cliff underneath that one. I don't know if I'll have space to map that. I probably shouldn't even bother with mapping this. Kind of a waste of my time. It's tough to see, too. The other slope beneath it makes it so confusing to look at. Like, I can't... What is this doing back here? Is it just a... Is it a little angle? What is happening? I'm so lost. See, I don't want to, like, make things tough on myself just trying to figure the specifics out. Okay, so we have this pear tree back here. And there's 2 spots behind the pear tree. Because it gets wider. Let's see, there's the apple tree. 2 spots behind the apple tree. And then it goes over 1. And then it starts to get wider. But it must only get that 1 spot wider because it's only 2 spots behind the pear tree. And then it starts to slope back in immediately after the pear tree to the point where behind the orange tree there's only 1 spot. So behind the orange tree it's flat because over here it slopes back in but only by 1. You know, it kind of looks like by 2 from here. Okay, so we're getting this back kind of mapped out. It's easiest with the help of the trees though. So let's see here. We have flowers. Flowers, blank space, hole, blank space, apple tree. Orange tree from that apple tree is... Okay, apple tree, we're standing next to it. We dug a hole, and then on the other side of the hole is the orange tree. Okay, 2 spots next to that apple tree. Well, there's a gap between the apple tree and the pear tree that's 2 spots long. And then it's the same type of deal that I did with the apple tree that cherry tree is doing. The apple and the orange tree is like backwards. Okay, so over to the left one, and we go space, and we go another space, and it's a cherry tree. And then it looks like, is that 2 spaces or 3? I can't really tell. Okay, so it's 2 spaces, right? 2 spaces in between that cherry tree and the other cherry tree. 2 spaces between that cherry tree and that pear tree. There's 1 space between that pear tree and the other pear tree that's right next to it. And then it goes, okay, pear tree, empty space, hole, empty space, apple tree. Gosh. There's a lot of freaking trees on this island, man. I've been mapping this island all day. It takes so long. Worth. I guess it'll be worth. I don't know. Means if I ever have to fix it, it's gonna be an all-day event trying to fix it too. Granted, I don't have to double check anything really. Well, it's kind of like opposite. I have to take the map and turn it into game instead of taking the game and turning it into map, but there's a lot more detail that I guess I'll get to double check things on. Okay, let's not lose myself in thought here. So there's a few trees that I haven't gotten, which are these 3 right here. So let's see, we have flowers, and then we have space, then we have a hole, then we have a space, and above that space is an apple tree. And there's 2 spaces between that apple tree and the orange tree. That's right there. And then there's 1 space between that orange tree and a cherry tree. That is right there. Okay, and that straightaway goes from the apple tree all the way until 1 past that cherry tree. So that's going all the way across here. I haven't mapped that ledge yet. And it actually gets skinnier right there where this apple tree is, but right before the apple tree. Yep. Okay, and then we can get back to mapping things up here. So apple tree, space, hole, and then you go up and there's a space, and then there's a cherry tree above that space. And then you go between 1 space between that cherry tree and the apple tree it's next to, 2 spaces between that apple tree and the pear tree it's next to. Pear tree, go 1 space down, another space down, and next to that space is another pear tree. And then you can go over a space, up a space, and there's a cherry tree. Oops, I made it look like an O by accident. I connected the ends of the C. Okay. So lined up with this pear tree is the last straightaway of this long straight that happened here. So let's see. Straighten this out all the way to underneath the pear tree, where it then gets even skinnier. And then it's skinny for 2 spaces, and then it goes at an angle for I don't know how many. I don't feel like counting that right now, so we'll figure that out with the help of these trees. Okay, so we have that cherry tree. Okay. So we have this cherry tree. And then we have the space underneath the cherry tree. I feel like I mapped something wrong here. I had to have mapped something wrong here. No, this seems right. So why on my map is this pear tree 1 closer than it should be? There's 3 spaces between this pear tree and the cliff, and on my map there's only 2 spaces. So what did I do wrong? Is it even wrong? Is it wrong at this apple tree? Apple tree. And there's supposed to be 3 spaces there. And there's not. So something went wrong here. I see it. It was, again, the gap in my paper made me put things 1 space lower than it was supposed to be. All the trees that I marked up here. Luckily, I can easily tell where I went wrong. Okay, so I must have figured out this pear and this cherry tree based off of these trees over here. Yeah, they were there before the cliff was. So I just erase all these letters underneath the letters I just copied to the space above, and we should be good. Oh, there's 1 more that I missed. I need to erase that lower P there. Okay, because I had these. This is where I messed up, is right at these pear trees is where the gap happened on my paper. So we have pear, space, pear. Yep, they're lined up. Perfect. That's where I messed up. Okay, so not a tough fix. Good. So now things are perfect. Cherry tree has 3 spaces between it and the cliff. That's exactly how it's supposed to be going. Okay, so cherry tree. underneath the cherry tree. And then a hole next to that. Space next to the hole. Then another hole. Then an empty space. Underneath that empty space, an apple tree. Okay. I'm gonna get, oops. Apple tree, space, hole. Next to that hole, an orange tree. Underneath that orange tree is a flat spot. And the flat spot continues on for one longer. It connects with that slope to make that little cliff lip there. Cliff lip. I like saying that. I don't know why. I guess because it is like a lazy man's rhyme. Okay, orange tree, space, hole. Above the hole, hair. Space, flowers. Okay. So the flowers actually are in a significant spot for where this cliff is. The way this water on this cliff works. It's interesting. There's gonna be a lot going on here on my map with this waterfall, because there's like two cliffs right next to each other and a little gap. Okay. Anyways, let's make this pond. Can't tell how many spaces this is. One. Oh, it doesn't let me dig here? Yeah, I was about to say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it cuts across 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it comes down at an angle. And then it goes down. Is it 3 spots? Hard to tell. 1, 2, 3. And then, yeah, it goes at an angle. 1, 2, 3. And then it goes at an angle. And then after that angle, it shuts down too. Does that end up lining back up to where we were? Nice. Okay. Pain in the butt trying to map the top left corner of my town, man, because it's way up in the top left part. That's why I'm like way up on my chair. Kind of pull this back towards me, but I'm worried I'm going to crinkle it all up without realizing. Okay, so after we get to that part, it looks like it stays flat for 2, and then it comes at an angle, and it goes up by 1, and it goes at an angle, and it goes up by 2. And then it actually starts to head back after that point. And we got flowers here. This goes at an angle across this way until it gets to that little skinny part back there behind where the water is. And I actually need to go around to the lower part because there's part that I never got to mapping. Ooh, present. It's not quite where I need it to be to get it in to get a glitched piece of land. Because if it was lined up with this tower right here, I could make a glitched part of land where you can't get the present on top of it and you can't crumble the you can't crumble the cliff either, because it'll tell you, oh, there's something on top of this. Bruh. Killing me. There we go. Okay. Oh, wait, I wanted it to be down here. All these holes everywhere drive me nuts. all the way over here. Did I ever really map any of this? I didn't. Strange. Very strange. Okay, just laziness, I guess. So it's like flowers, and then space down. Okay, and it's like gonna be flowers pretty much all the way across this cliff, I imagine. Maybe I should double check instead of just writing it all in, but I'm pretty sure it's like flowers all the way across this cliff is my intention. Okay, and then we get to that first slope, and there's actually none until it's back up against it. Flowers. There's gonna be a lot of flowers up here. This is gonna be like probably where most of the bug catching happens. Okay, and I'm not gonna have any back here where it actually gets skinny for a moment. I should probably not even have them run all the way back up here because I'm gonna have trees. I don't want to block the flowers with the trees. Okay, so lined up with this slope is the cherry tree, right? Yeah, lined up with the slope and the space, cherry tree. So really only need 2 spaces, yeah, between the cherry tree and those flowers? Wait a second. What? Oh, I marked the cherry tree in the wrong spot. Okay. Slope, lined up with the slope, cherry tree, 2 spaces, then the flowers. Yep, that lines up. Okay, 1 space between the cherry tree and the orange tree. Flowers start after the slope. Okay, and those will continue on until we get to the end of the straightaway. And we'll have an orange tree. Okay, so flowers, whole space where I'm standing, and then an orange tree. Okay, and then from the orange tree, not need to dig up those weeds, but sure. So how's this working? Alright, we have orange tree, down 1, diagonal 1, over 1, down another. Apple tree. Apple tree is 1 space away from the cliff. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that looks right. Everything looks right on that map. Okay. So this, I actually mapped out a decent amount of this cliff. I mapped it up to here. There's a flat spot, and then it comes back at a diagonal. And then it's a flat spot all the way back. Okay, flat spot, cliff all the way back. And then there's like a double space, and then a little island. And then a double space. I need to get to jump in it to see. This is all river. I don't even know how I could mark that it's a waterfall. Just have kind of dotted lines. It might make it a little bit obvious. Oh. No, that's right. Oh. Okay, looking good. And then this right here just comes across. Because it's a cliff waterfall thing, something crazy. I think I may have marked my waterfall wrong. Okay, whatever. It'll just be, it's not like you can walk along in this anyway. I don't know if I marked my waterfall right. I don't think it matters. Actually, you know, I had it marked right the first time, I think. It doesn't matter that much anyway. It's not like I can go walking in the water. Oh, okay. Cool. Got that part mapped out. I still don't have that back cliff. I should probably go do that back cliff just to kind of close it off and make it look right. But yeah, that's, besides that back cliff, I've mapped everything on the top section of my island. So if you look at the map itself, everything to the left and everything at the top, that has all been mapped. The only thing I have left to map is the main land in between, which is actually the biggest chunk. And oh my god, I don't know if I could do that today. Maybe I could. Maybe I could. I've been making really good progress with this top part. And it's not like this top part's all that easy either. And there's quite a bit. Actually, I think it's the smallest portion. But it's got all these double cliffs that's going on, but I haven't done that yet. I guess I haven't mapped out the double cliff at all. Okay, so this goes straight for a heckin' long time. So, exactly how long does it go straight for? Okay, so, we have this straightaway. Next to this straightaway, or diagonally from that straightaway, I guess I should say. Kind of have this hole where I'm standing, another hole, blank space, another hole, and that's the diagonal next to that hole. So this straight goes all the way across this way. Is there some trees that I didn't map here? No? That cherry tree's the closest one, huh? Yep, cherry. Pear. Okay. So, how long does this straight go for? It looks like where I'm standing is lined up with where it gets fatter. So that's right next to the pear tree. It's where this will actually get fatter. So there's a straightaway of 6. It gets to where I'm at, and it gets just a little bit fatter back there, and it looks like it's fat for... Ooh, is it just 2 spaces? But it's where it almost looks like it's 3 because there's a half on either side. Is that what's happening here? Yeah. 2 spaces. And then it gets skinnier. Then we have... Okay. We know that we can go next to this cherry tree, stays straight. Right? Yep, next to the cherry tree is straight and back, and then it starts going back up. Okay, so this is all straight. And it goes back. It's another one of those 2s that look like 3, I think. So 2, and then slighten back when we get to... Oh, what happened here? Oh no. Oh, okay, yeah, when we get between the pear trees. That's correct. So when we get between the pear trees, it goes back. And then it stays flat until... Okay, it's still flat where I'm standing next to the cherry tree. So I'm next to the cherry tree. We're way back here. There we go. I'm next to the cherry tree and it's still flat. And then it gets larger. And it's going straight for a while here. So it goes straight. Let's see. That hole is back up here. Let's see. Orange tree. Over a space. Backspace. Hole. And then there's where the hole is. I could stand next to the hole, and then there's a slope. Okay. I think I got this back cliff all mapped out now. Oh, broke my dang lead. Yeah, I should have been using mechanical pencil all the way from the get-go, though. Okay, so there's even a back cliff. I don't need to map that out at all. That is not super important. So something I didn't finish though still is the very back right of this. I have not mapped out for some reason, and I don't know why. God, there's just holes everywhere from me measuring stuff. It's a disaster. Okay, so, got that cherry tree, and then there's 2 spaces, and there's a cliff, okay, and then there's a space, and then there's a regular tree. And then what is this, 3 spaces between that tree and the next one? Yeah, okay, so tree, 1, 2, 3, tree, and then you go down 1, and then there's space, and then a tree. That'll help with me figuring this crap out. Okay, so let's see. When does it start to straighten up here? It straightens up before it lines up with this tree. So let's see. Let's go at diagonals from here until we're lined up with this tree, and then it straightens up and goes back. I don't know how much. Let's see. There's me, tree, hole, me, hole. Okay. So tree, hole, me, hole, flowers. Okay, so that goes like this. That's that. I have it mapped. There's a little secret part that I should probably... Okay, you know what? There's one more thing. There's one more thing I want to add on here to make it good. There's a little bit of cliff that I think I need to add. And it's back here behind my orchard. So behind my orchard... Oh, you see, this is interesting back here. Really? Wait, what? Okay. So this pear tree, yeah, it's fat. When you first get back here behind this pear tree, it's fat until you get to the orange tree, really, already, that fast? So the orange tree actually has a slope. Okay, and then does it stay small for long? No, it doesn't stay small for long. It stays small until the pear tree gets wider again. And it stays that wide. Until you get next to this orange tree, it seems like. You dig behind the orange tree. Next to that hole is a slope. So, orange tree has got the two spaces behind it. But next to that, it starts to cave in. And this is actually where we get this weird little double slope back here. Which this is what I needed to map out. Okay. So we get a double flat spot there. And then it gets wider. We could probably just stop there. No, I guess I could. I think I can predict exactly how this is, because I'm the one who dug that out back there. So this will... Yeah, this is mapping out the little detail that wasn't there already. Okay, here I don't know how to do it. Doesn't matter though, I'll just do this. I'll make it get fatter right there. Doesn't really matter. I just want to include this path back here because why not? And I can add it pretty easily. Just have to leave enough space for the actual cliff the whole time. I never got the back left corner. That was actually something I started. It doesn't matter though, that's the thing. There's like a decent amount back there. I could just like leave it out. It's strange to say. You know what, I actually know how this goes too. I don't need to just leave this out. I think this wraps around. Let's see, there's gotta be at least a space, right? Yeah, so this has to get wider here. Oh, that doesn't seem right at all. Oh no, it's fine. It stays like that till here. Yeah, the only thing that's not on there is the very back level, I think. Whatever. It's all good. This part doesn't even matter because there's nothing that I need to look out for getting destroyed all the way on the back of my map. There's nothing there. I'm just gonna connect some lines here so that looks like a solid mass, and there we go. I mean, oh my gosh, I still have all that mainland to do. I don't think I want to. It's a lot, that mainland. And I already did a lot today. It doesn't even look like much. Like if I try to show it up to the screen, it's gonna be like, oh, I did so much. Let me see. It's like there's a huge delay, so I can't even see what it's showing yet. Let's see here. I'm gonna be holding up for the longest time. Oh yeah, that's what I've done so far. Isn't it amazing? Doesn't look like I've done so much. Try to get a different angle. Can you see more? It takes so long before the delay kicks in. I'm going to be holding this piece of paper up for ages. Come on, angle change. Oh, I should have rotated it the other way, actually. That's the way I should have rotated it to show it off better, I think. I'm getting it closer. Alright, that's enough of that. Yeah. You can like hardly see anything on it, but it's a nice little blueprint of my town and where all the flowers and trees are located. My God. I can't believe I'm putting all this effort into this. It's so unnecessary. But it's not unnecessary. I want to have this blueprint for sure. Is there even any stumps? I thought I had stumps up here. They might have all been taken out though. I used to have stumps up here. Oh, there's this one. There's these two right here. I need to include those stumps on here. I didn't include those stumps in when I was mapping this at all. Okay, so let's see. Where's this apple tree at? Cherry. Okay, now where's the double pairs at? Where they're at an angle from one another, though. Pair. Okay, here's the apple tree. So apple tree, space, hole, space, and then there's this rock, and then next to either rock is a stump, or next to the rock is a stump on either side. Boom. Got those stumps on there. I need to get some more up here. I should put a stump back here or something. Could have one like right here next. I don't know if it would work there. I could have one right here though. I think that would work great. That'd be a good spot for a stump. I should put one there. Let's put it on my map. Okay, so that's what lined up with this slope and a space and then a stump. That's how I did this. Yeah. Boom. So I want to put a stump there in the future. So now it's on my map. So I will know. It's like I just want to finish it, but I don't want to sit here and map more. It's like it's something to do in Animal Crossing, but after doing it for how many hours I've done today, I've done like 5 hours this. 4.5. I've been mapping my Animal Crossing island for the past 4.5 hours, and I think I'm over it for now. Let's see, I can finish up this bridge that I didn't know how to map the bridge out exactly earlier. I didn't know how to do the spaces, so it's 4 spaces long. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, man, it's like I almost made it look like it was only 3 spaces long. Okay. Well, wide. And then it's gonna be 7 spaces in total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. I think I need to add another. Let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. Okay. So that's how long the bridge is in total. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces wide. It comes across this way beautifully. Screw it. Let's go down. Let's start mapping this. I think I can handle it. Oh, I don't know if I want to. Oh God. Okay. So we have the bridge. Next to the bridge we have a hole. Then we have a space. Then we have a hole. Then we have a space, right? Then we have an apple tree underneath that. But maybe I should just do the edges first, or maybe, I don't know, I can kind of do them simultaneously. It seemed to work really good for higher up when I was doing that. Oh, I don't want to do this mainland. It's so big. I'm just looking at the amount of space it's going to take up right now, and I don't think I should do this right now. Oh God, I want to, but dear God, no. Okay, so we have the bridge, and then we have a space, because that's what that hole is next to. And then it goes up at the angle of 2 spaces, and then it's got a little flat spot there for 2 spaces. Put the flowers there now, just because I know that they're there. And then, looks like it gets skinnier by 1 little diagonal. Then we go across for 5 spaces. Thank you, flowers. Making it easy for me. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. And there's flowers in each one of those spaces. Okay, and then it gets wider by 1 space, or at a diagonal it gets wider. Okay, and then there's 1, 2, 3. That's 6 flowers right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we can just mark all of that as flowers because they are there after all. And then it goes at quite an angle. Holy crap, that's a long time. We can make this easy on myself though. Okay, so from the flowers, diagonally there's a hole. Then there's a blank space. Then there's a hole. Then there's a blank space. Then there's a hole. And next to that hole is where it no longer goes at an angle. So now I can just connect these. And it matches up perfectly. Boom. Okay, I can kind of do a similar trick here. Okay. So we have this spot, and then we have underneath there. And then we have diagonally where I'm standing, and then a hole, and then some flowers. Because the flowers are where it no longer goes at a diagonal. So we can just connect these across, and it connects wonderfully. Boom. It goes down for 2 spots because there's only 2 flowers there before it starts getting skinny again. And then it connects, and there's supposed to be a bridge there? Oh, there is. Wait, really? Hold up. Yeah, I forgot about the bridge. I didn't map this. Oh, I didn't map this bridge for some reason earlier. Weird. I have the flowers on the other side from where the bridge ends. Oh, I tried making it a dotted line. Instead I just somehow made it solid. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces across. Let's see. God dang it. Let's see, that's 2 spaces up, 3, 4. And we gotta have these dotted lines going across the rest of this. Okay. And that is where the bridge is at. Land going Okay, and then after the bridge, it starts going at an angle for quite a while. Let's dig some holes to help me with this again. So it's a very helpful little trick. Okay. Here, I'm gonna dig 2 holes here to make it a little bit more obvious for myself. Okay. So we have where this bridge ends, and a diagonal starts. So let's see. Diagonal from the land edge of the bridge, like the weird little arc where that comes to an end. It's not weird, but you know. Diagonal from there we have a hole. Then we have another hole. And then we have blank space. Now we have another hole. And that hole is above this. So I should just have to connect these and it'll line up. Boom. Perfectly done. Like a freaking pro, my guy. Okay. Dig some holes to measure this length out for me because there's no flowers here because they'd be too obstructing. So, hole, blank space, hole where I'm standing, hole, and right next to that hole is the slope. So connect these, no problem. And then we have another bridge here. So, you know, the bridge is 4 across. Oh, this bridge happens right on a gap of my paper. It's kind of a pain in the butt. What can you do? I don't think I made this one the right length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I have this bridge on the map already, and it just didn't look right the way they line up on the map. This bridge and that other bridge. It was looking weird. Oh, okay. So let's make it go across 4 spaces. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it has to go down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh crap. I got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, and 7. It's like it's on the gap of my paper, so it's looking all sorts of crazy. There's like just a little corner of this bridge. Literally, this bridge is divided by 2 gaps. Like there's this bridge makes it onto 4 separate pieces of paper because of the way the paper is gapped out, and it just I don't know. It's it's tough to not get lost in confusion with all these gaps going on. But I got it. Bridge is on the map. Okay, and the land goes flat underneath it. Actually does that on either side. So I can map that as such. I just ripped a hole in the paper. Okay. I'm not going to worry about that little island right now. I'm just going to skip out on that little island. Just screw that for now. I haven't been marking trees or anything, just screw that for now. Okay, this looks like it goes at a slope of 2 immediately after the bridge. So we have the bridge. Okay, and then it gets fatter for 2 slopes, and then there's a little flat spot, and then it gets wider by 2 slopes again, and then there's a little vertical spot. Okay, so where are we at right now? We're 3. Okay, and then a diagonal, and then vertical, and then diagonal. And then, okay, this is straight away for quite some time here. Oh, this is gonna be tough to map out over here, because, like, I don't know, I gotta go all the way up. I can't, like, dig a bunch of holes and stuff. I guess I know how long the stairs are. I could map these as stairs, even though these don't lead anywhere. Most useful stairs in the world. nice looking back at it though. When I look at what I've mapped so far, it's like, nice. This is what I wanted. I might cut it though, to be just right. I don't know. Or I could always remake it on a different thing, different pieces of paper a different day, and I would just be able to copy it all, so it'd be way faster. I wouldn't be walking around trying to map all this crap out. Okay. So we got to that slope, and then there's a space, and then there's that hole, and then there's a space, and then there's another hole, and then there's a space. Then we get to the stairs, which are what, 4 spaces long? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces long, and then there's a space between those two. This is what you need to have one space in between, and then there's. Okay, but it starts to get. Okay. I don't know. This is nuts. This is nuts. I don't even necessarily like need to map all this out. Some of these flowers are impossible to get rid of without being able to terraform. I learned that after I planted them. I'm like, oh crap, I can't move these unless I terraform. Which is, like, for those yellow tulips, gonna be a huge pain in the butt. Those yellow tulips right there are not gonna be fun. The red hyacinths are not gonna be so bad. But the yellow tulips are going to be a pain in the butt. I'm not excited about those yellow tulips. Okay. So where am I at? I just got to the stairs, I think. Because I had that slope. And then there was a space. Let me double check that. Yeah, there's a space. There's a... Okay, yeah. I was right. Okay. So, hole... Space, hole, space, and then the stairs. So let's mark these stairs. They're only 2 spaces wide, but they're 4 spaces long. 2, 3, 4. So I got that first staircase on there, and then when does it even get wider down there? It's so hard to tell anything from up here. So I'm not gonna be able to get a good angle on it, like, at all. Nope, the inventory doesn't bring me up. Maybe I could look at my own map and it'll make things a little bit more obvious. Just crazy. But yeah, that is making sense for me. Okay, so we have these stairs, and then there's a space of land, and then there's the other stairs, which we know the dimensions of the other stairs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can just have little dots. Stairs, great, and there's no space after that. It's actually a little cliff underneath that, so we can kind of mark that little cliff underneath that. Which goes as such. Oh, the cliff is different on the other side. It's not completely parallel. I don't think it allowed me to do that. You just go back on that side. Let's see, we have, looks like it goes back for 3. Yes. So. Oh, no, that's the little slope. Oh, no, I was right. I had it right the first time. Okay, those flowers are actually way down there. Okay, where is that balloon? I want to go get that. It's like the only thing I haven't been ignoring this entire stream. I've been ignoring things buried in the ground and bugs and fish, all sorts of stuff. But for some reason I just can't let the presents pass up. I don't know why. Okay. So I can mark flowers all around these spots because that's where flowers are supposed to be. And there's even 2 more down there. Okay. Oh, I'm running the wrong way. I was down here working. And I could tell by looking at my actual in-game map that they're lined up for a moment there, the cliffs, but there's like a little extra space. Probably was mandatory. So this ledge is going all the way down here till right here, I think. Unless it's like a really skinny little spot. I think it is, but there's a spot there. I wonder if you can jump to it. If I had a vaulting pole, I wonder if I could get myself to that weird little... There's like a weird little corner next to the stairs. I actually made this go too long. Because it actually is like this tiny little spot. And then it closes off right along there. And then it gets wider right here. Craziness. I think I mapped that right. There's really no specific reason to it. Map right there. There's nothing can get jacked up over there anyhow. Okay. So we'll just move on from that. I think I'm done with this headache over in this corner. This back corner for now. I want to get the very edge. And then I'll be able to get that small island pretty easily once I have the back edge as well. It'll just kind of fill right in place. I could make that a bigger jump right there, I think. Yeah, hold on. I want to try this. What happens if I... Get rid of this. Oh, I see. It's like awkwardly flat right here for a while. I don't know how I feel about the way that looks. And then, like, if I chop this down, I can still jump this, right? I can still even jump all the way across to there, right? Dang, he's got ups. I think I like that better. It's more of a jump to get here. I could even bust this off if I wanted to. But I don't know. That might be a bit much. I don't think I can move this over. Oop. Alright. I can still make that jump, but I don't think I can jump across to this now. Okay. So I want to try something. What happens if I change the face of this? I could even... I don't think I can have this at an angle and have it work. Because he jumped to that spot. I won't be able to jump there. Oh my god, he did? Will it go back, though? Yeah, no, it has to be a flat spot, and that makes it look kind of crazy over here. So I could widen this out, I suppose. Okay. I think I like that better. I made small changes, and I think I like that better. Yeah, no, that's nice. I like that. It's different than it was. Could you imagine if I made it so you could even jump from here? I don't think it... Oh, that'd be cool, but I don't know. Oh my god. See, but I won't be able to jump back is the problem. Now I'd be able to, but ugh. Looks hideous. And even like that, I don't know. It seems so close, doesn't it? And I can't make that jump because it's way too far. So I would have to make this even wider. I don't know about all this now. Oh, come on, let it happen. So it's like a three-way jump now. But there's a bridge right here, so it's kind of pointless. It's like kind of cool, but I can't tell if I like it. I think I'm gonna stick with it. Why not? You know, it's like, it's very functional. Just by moving that little island over a little bit, it's pretty cool. And I can't edit this anymore, otherwise it doesn't function anymore. because I can't make that jump. That's an impossible jump. Okay, so yeah, the way I had it initially is just needs to be back to an angle, and okay, that's cool. Nice. Little three-way jumping spot. Okay, so over here, I was just gonna like map this. Oh, and it's just like completely straight for quite some time. I don't know how long even. I can't really measure that easily, but I guess I could just map for quite a ways that it's straight, and then I'll get the idea later. I'll be able to just connect it right to it, but I don't want to mess with this little island right now. It's just too much to map. Like, widens this island out by quite a bit, but I think I'm alright with that, because this island's really small and kind of needed to be. Every little space counts when you're adding it to that small one. Okay. So I'm all the way over here. See, there's 2 spots, and then there's more flowers. And it's... Okay, so there's actually 3... Yeah, there's 3 flowers. Okay. 3 flowers, and then it's gonna be... like this. Flowers up there. Double space is long. And it actually is mapped completely differently on that side than it is on the other one, because we have a cliff up here. So that's something we need to keep in mind. Okay, so we have these flowers. Staircase, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces long. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 2 spaces crossed. Kind of a crazy looking staircase, but whatever. It gets the job done. The way I mapped it, the way I made it look on the map is just kind of rough. Because like right here, how does this work? Oh yeah, give me that up and down angle, that's perfect. So it's a diagonal next to the stairs. Diagonal by 2. Means I need to mark the cliff here as well. Okay, and so you get up the stairs, and there's that one little space where you can kind of get off, but then there's more stairs. Okay, got those stairs marked. And then, oh god, see like this long straight, that's a long straight away. Oh god. Yeah, definitely gonna need to use the trees to help me out there, I think. This is coming along though, I got quite a bit of that river mapped up. Of course there's this little island that I don't have mapped. I think, you know what, before I do this, I actually want to go get the shape of this little island. It's gonna be tough. Ooh, you see that tarantula? I need to catch that. I didn't know you could still catch tarantulas. Alright, I got it. Boom. Alright, cool. So, let's see. Got this bridge that comes across here. And right next to this bridge is an angle. And then a flat spot. And then an angle, and then a vertical spot, and then angle, vertical spot, angle, and then it's multiple vertical spots. I blocked it off and it's not even in a good manner. could still get there without too much difficulty. Maybe not, actually. Yeah, maybe you can't get back there because of the stairs I put in the way. Ooh, diabolical. I didn't realize that. Nice. I thought I needed to make more star wands, but I actually haven't tried getting across this using a jumping thing at all. That's probably why you can't get into that back little corner, is because you can't get back here at all, because I have these money trees that I wanted to tempt people with, but make it so you can't actually get them. Okay. Did I really make the water only 2 spaces wide here? That can't be right. That's 3. I must have done something wrong with my mapping here. Because it's bridge, diagonal, over, diagonal, vertical. Okay, you know what? Let me mark these flowers. That'll help. Okay, so flower, flat spot, diagonal, vertical, diagonal, vertical, diagonal, and then long vertical. Really? How does... That can't be right. This is more than 2 spaces, right? It's 3. Wait. I could dig 3 holes here. Yeah, what the heck? I mapped a lot according to something wrong, obviously. Angle of 2, flat spot. Angle of 2 goes up by 1. Oh, is this where I jacked up? No, that's fine. I continued on just fine here. Okay. And then vertical. Over by, it's just 1. Yeah, I didn't go over enough. Because it's, there's that, the 2, and then vertical, over, vertical, over, vertical, over, and then the straight down. Oh, I hate myself, dude. I mapped so much off of that. Oh, I just make one little mistake, and then it's like, oh, what do you know? All those staircases you mapped and everything is too far over. Yeah, it was... Oh, I hate myself, man. This is why you don't skip the little island, I guess. Little island came back with a punch. It's like, how dare you skip me and move on. Came back to fix it. It's all wrong. Nobody's even here to witness my pain. Because I'm live streaming to nobody. That's how many people like my content. 0. Nobody watches. Okay, so I don't know. I gotta erase so much of this BS. And it was so nicely done, man. It was nicely done. I must just want to erase it and remap it all back out manually, because I don't even want to mess with it's all so dense, and I'm trying to move everything over by 1, and I gotta write over so much crap. I'm just erasing it all, man. Just erase it all, and I'll just bring it back manually. Screw it. I'm not even gonna get that flower. I'm done right now. Angry. Angry, man. That blows. Okay, so this island. Let's see here. Let's come around this way. So we got the bridge, and then we have a space. On that space we have flowers. Diagonal from that space we have flowers, because it goes at an angle, and then it goes vertically, and then it comes back around at 2, and then there's supposed to be a flat spot. So what's going on here? Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Did I make this freaking bridge too long as well? Is that what's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 spaces. So Why isn't something lining up here? Oh, I'm so sick of this. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. But there's supposed to be a flat spot next to the bridge. Lined up with the bridge? No, because that's the land piece. But this can't be right. Oh, I'm dumb. I think I know what's wrong. It's right where I started it, next to this bridge. I sure hope what I'm doing right now is right. So this bridge was actually okay. So it's right next to the bridge where the flowers are. Yeah, I think I know what I did wrong. I think I'm back on track. Many mistakes were made along the way, but we're getting there. The land goes underneath the bridge. There's a flat spot next to the bridge, and then an angle, and then a flat spot that was at like 4 spaces. Yeah, so after the angle it goes across by 4, and then it's just a jagged edge for leaping, and then an angle. And then it goes vertically across all the way till the end, which is, or horizontally across all the way to the end, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7 for angle? Oh. Okay, well that actually lines up. But this line right here, I bet is wrong because it's pretty wide back here, isn't it? Let me jump across over here and I can see. Oh, there's an oddly skinny spot. But I think this is 4 spaces long. From here to the other side, I think that's more than 3. I think that's 4. Let's just measure it. Let's just be sure. It's 1, 2, 3, and then yeah, 4, right? Yep, exactly. So this is 4 spaces apart. Okay. So where I have a line drawn for this bank earlier is actually wrong, because it is back further than that. I'm not surprised that's wrong, because that was part of what I drew. It's over there. Okay, and then this is kind of interesting, the way this goes. Because lined up with that slope all the way up there, this is still straight. It doesn't slope until the next one. Does it slope by 2, or is that just 1? I think it slopes by 2. And then there's a flat spot, and then there's another slope. And then it connects all the way up here. Bam. Got that little island mapped. At least the outskirts of it. Oh, come on, jump back. Oh, is it because of that hole there? You won't? Well, at least I can go this way. There's holes everywhere in my town. Oh my god, I was measuring out so much crap. So I could mark these bamboo trees where they're at on the map. I'm gonna move on from this little island for now. I think I'm just trying to do the outskirts, and then I'm gonna end this stream, and I can finish the rest of it off camera. It's not even something that I really should have done while streaming, but I wanted to stream today, and this is what I wanted to do today as well. So it's like, I guess this is what I'm streaming. Okay. Lost. Okay, here's where I have remnants of the stairs, but is that even correct? Didn't stuff move around? Let's see. Lined up the flat spot is that hole, then another hole, an empty space, then another hole, then another empty space, and then the stairs? Holy crap, how did this get so incorrect? Bruh, what? How did the stairs move that much? I think they did though. How was that wrong? So let's see. These stairs are supposed to be 4 spaces long. So we can do that. And then there's a space between. And 4 space long stairs. That has like a little cliff around it. 2 here, 1 there. Oh, I think this is coming out correct. And this is all cliff. And it's 3 flowers on the ground. Flowers around the stairs on top of the cliff, and then 2 spaces in between, and then flowers, 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 diagonal. The other way though, what are you doing? And I go straight that way for a very long time. Okay, and this is stairs back here. And then a space, and then more stairs. Oops, wait, how's that wrong? 1. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of some crazy looking stairs, but whatever. Gets the point across. Okay, flowers, flowers. And then... Okay, we're back on track. So I had this cliff going on over here. This cliff. Got a double slant going here, and then it starts out going up here. The way this cliff works is right next to the stairs. It looks like it moves by 2 away. Wait, is this right? Moves by 2, and then there's a flat spot there. And then it does the whole diagonal, horizontal, diagonal, vertical. Is that triple diagonal right there? 1, 2, 3, leaving very little space for a path down there, but there is a path down there nevertheless. Okay, it's right there. I gotta shoot it. I was gonna ignore it I ignored the last one. Okay. So we know that this space juts all the way over to here. This cliff's gonna be a pain in the butt to map out. There's a lot of long straights in this cliff. It's gonna be a lot of counting holes that I dug. You see long, straight, and then in the back, really the backside's gonna be even worse. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. I don't want to map this cliff. We go around to my other side of my island. Make it around until I get to that cliff again. Exciting stuff. Okay, so let's see. We have this bridge. Next to this bridge, it gets a little bit wider for 3 spaces there. It looks like it stays that wide. And then it starts to get wider. Okay, so wider, flat spot, and then wider by 2. And a flat spot for a long time. Okay, so it's 2, 4, 6, 7 spots. It stays flat. 2, 4, 6, 7 until we have, oh my god, is that 4? Is that a slope going up by 4, I think? Flat spot. And then it goes angle. Oops. Angle. This is nutty around here. Before going straight back down. I think this is right though. The way it looks on my map and the way the water looks. I think it's all correct. I'm gonna be coming back to this later and be like, good lord, what have I done? Okay, so from this bridge, it goes back at an angle and matches up with that. Okay, no, that's lining up so far. Good stuff. Wow, I mapped that out fast as heck. Okay, and then we get over here, and that is a long slope right here. Like, I don't know how long that is, because it's long. I don't have anything on my map over here to compare it to, so I just have to like measure it out somehow. So we have the bridge. We have the bridge, and immediately once we're past that bridge, it starts to be at an angle. So that's lined up with the bridge, that hole I just dug. But we can be diagonal from that. So this hole right here is actually diagonal from the bridge. And then okay, so diagonal from the bridge. And then that cooker is diagonal from the bridge, and then that little slope of wall is diagonal from the bridge, and then the spot where I'm standing right now is diagonal from the bridge. There's flowers underneath me, and there's flowers underneath there. How is that possible? It's still going diagonally. Because I am not standing in the slope. I forgot the space for where I'm standing, basically. So there's flowers here and there's flowers there. it gets flat. Right. Oh no. What? Yeah. So I guess I did that right? Oh, it looks right, yeah. Holy crap. And it's just straight all the way out until the ocean, which is, I don't know how many flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's ocean. At that point, bam. Nice. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. Getting too good at this. I've been doing it for like the whole day. Never thought I'd be good at mapping in Animal Crossing. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this ends up being 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then it's a slope. I think that's 3 spaces. Could be 4 though. It's really hard to tell. Okay, so we have that marked. Now we have this spot. Okay, but we know it goes diagonal from there. So we have these holes. So there's that hole next to the diagonal, and then there's a hole diagonal from that, and there's a blank spot diagonal from that, and there's a hole next to their diagonal from that, which is where the diagonal ends. Yeah, it was right, it was 3 spaces. I just had to be sure. Also, there's a pear tree here. Mark that pear tree because we're right there. Help myself out a little bit. Okay, and then it looks like it goes down for, I think that's 3 spaces. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 3 spaces. Just looks like 4 because of the diagonals on either side. So 2, 3, and then it gets a little bit skinnier, and then 2, and then a diagonal, and then down by 1, and then a diagonal, and then down by 1. Oh, not down by 1 anymore, right? I was past that. Hold up. Yeah. Then we go down by, so it's going down by quite a bit. I guess I could go around this way. This would actually make sense for me mapping this. Okay, so I need to figure out how long this is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it gets wider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it gets wider by 1. And it's gonna be hard to start counting like this straight right here. Like how long is this? See, this is gonna throw me off because this is a different method than I've been using this whole time. I've been digging on the inside, not from the outside. Really? Won't let me fill that hole back up. How'd you dig it there then, champ? What? Gotta be kidding me. Alrighty. So that's 5 spaces. I guess? This seems so incorrect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Until it gets wider by 1? I do not think I'm doing this right. And then that's like, what, 3 spaces right here? So it goes down that long for 3 spaces. I think it holds up though. What's going on up top? We have, say, like the beach slopes throw me off because I have not been working with beach slopes very much today. There's not a lot of these. It's been a lot of river slopes. I think it's just 2. I think I'm overcomplicating the crap out of it, and it's just going in by 2. And then down by, what is this, 4? 2, down by 4. I really hope I'm doing this right. I'm like trying to keep it simple to not confuse the crap out of myself. And it jaggedly goes over by 1, and then gets wider by... It goes at an angle. And it looks like 2 spots horizontally to get another diagonal spot, and then a horizontal spot, and a diagonal spot, and then I think that's... See, is this 2 or 3? I think that's 3. This horizontal spot, I think, is 3 spaces long, and then it's got a diagonal getting wider, and then what do we have going on here? This is hard to tell. I think that's 3. And it gets narrower by 1, and then there's a flat spot, and then it gets narrower again by 1, and then we have a long straightaway. This is that straightaway that I never mapped, isn't it? This is to test if I'm right or not. It looks like I'm 1 space off, so I think I'm wrong. I think I've been mapping. Whatever I just did, I did something wrong. I think. We'll go and double check that, because it might end up matching up after all. I hear that balloon, but I sure don't see it. Oh, it's right there. Oh, I could probably make that glitch happen here. Let's try to make it happen. I wanted to have it in the back of my town, but we could do it in the front. So actually I could build up multiple cliffs. Give myself a better chance at this. Oh, I need to flip my... I need to get the thing out in time. Oh my god, I messed it up, man. Oh, I just had to make 1 more cliff. I just had to make 1 more cliff. Oh, dang. I thought I'd have it. That actually wouldn't be that bad of a spot for it, right up here in my town. Oh my god, I'm sad. I could have had that, man. I just needed to make 1 more cliff. I was off. Sad times. That'd be a fun troll. People would be like, oh, I just need a ladder and I can get that present. And then they build the ladder and they try to get up there and they can't. Or like they just get their ladder out if they brought it with them. I don't carry around the ladder or the vaulting pole anymore. Okay, so here I am with this staircase. And there's a space underneath that. And then it's gonna go all the way along here. Let's go on the cliff underneath. Yeah. I messed some up for sure. Is this last? Does it just go down by 2? Is that all I missed? Is that last one is down by 2 instead of down by 1, and then it's actually just lined up? I think that's right. I think I just fixed it like that. It's that simple. So I need to go do the front edge of this cliff now. Oh, I actually can't make it around that side. Huh. But the only thing besides trees and flowers, the only thing I haven't mapped yet is the very edge of this slope, and there's a couple of staircases that involves as well. So I get it here, and oh god, yeah, see, how long is this? It's another one of these crazy long straights that I need to like map out, and maybe I'd be better off if I went up over here and tried to go by this pear tree. Measure down from this cherry tree. Yeah, let's try that out. Okay, so let's get this cherry tree on the map because I haven't got it there yet. So, pear tree, space, hole, space, hole. Next to that hole is the cherry tree. Okay, so pear tree, space, hole, space, hole. Next to that hole is the cherry tree. Beautifully done. Okay. We go diagonal from the cherry tree. There's a hole, and space, and a hole, and a space, and then a hole, and then some flowers. There's flowers 2 spaces away from that as well, because in between them is where the stairs are. Stairs that are going to look very peculiar on my map. because of the gap between them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh shoot, I messed it up. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Okay, yeah, sure, that's right. There we go. So I got that first set of stairs on there. I got those flowers in between, and then there's 2 holes underneath the flowers. A diagonal. So flowers, 1, 2 holes. Is there another space down here? No, it goes diagonal. Interesting. Feel like I did this right then. 1, 2, and then a diagonal. How is that right? I guess it is. Yeah, because this actually cuts this way, and there's a diagonal, and then things are lined up. This doesn't make any sense. Oh, it is that way. There's no gap there. But there's like a gap down here? No, there's not. This is crazy. So at this point, the cliff pretty much ends up lined up, except for in some spots. So that is not lined up here. Yeah, so I was right. And then it lines itself back up. Okay, that makes sense. So we get to here. This is so weird mapping out these differences in these cliffs over here, because they're so like unnoticeable differences. Well, they just really cluster up the map, but I want to have them on here. It's detail. At this point, I could probably give it up. There's only a little bit more to do. Let's get the rest of that detail in here that I mentioned. Okay, so this is where it went back to, and then so this actually goes back like that, and then goes down, making another weird little rectangle. And the same thing happens, making a weird little rectangle. And then they're lined up until right here, where it makes another weird little, I mean to say rhombus, not rectangle. Boom. I'm killing it. Until the end, actually. Didn't kill it at the end, I jacked it up. This needs to come out, and then that goes straight down, so it's just a longer rhombus. Okay, little detail added. So I definitely had space on this to include the beaches, but I did not include the beaches. There's nothing really important anyway, and it would have been a pain to try to map that beach, dude. I would have hated that. Okay. So is there 2 spaces here or just 1? Nope, it's just 1. And then the stairs on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's those stairs that I got up here. I already mapped out this back cliff edge. So I just need to map out the front cliff edge. Okay, into my butt. Here, I think if I hold one of these construction cameras, yeah, it'll give me an overview look, which will be very helpful for this. Okay. So I have little flowers in the corner here. So these stairs end, and then it starts coming out at an angle. Is that 3 or 2? I think the angle is only 2. Let's see. I could try to mark this first cliff as well, I suppose. So we have the stairs, we have the flowers next to the stairs, then we have space. And in that next space is where there's a diagonal at, because there needs to be room for that little path. And up top there's just the one. Okay, so I had this right. I think this needs to go. No, this is fine. So yeah, let's follow along this bottom cliff first. I'll do the bottom cliff and then that'll make the top cliff easier. Straight, angle, and vertical. I think that's what's happening there. Makes it look curved. And then it goes down for how many spaces, though? Kind of hard to tell. Looks like it goes down for 1, 2, 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3 spaces. Or it goes vertically for 2. Or diagonally for 2, my bad. And then it's just straight across from there, all the way, right? Yeah, that lines up with what I have mapped already. Lines up with that other side where I gave up and was like, I don't want to map this right now, let's go do the other side. So I came around the other side and I'm making it easier on myself by connecting them at those long straights. So really now, to get the cliff above it, I connect the long straight. But it's nothing to connect to on the other end yet. Too much pressure. Snapped my lead. Okay. But it just goes one past, and then it kind of copies along it the entire time. You just end up with that. A path all the way around the cliff. Boom. So I have all the edges of my town mapped out now. I mean, I don't have the beaches included, but that's because I don't care. There's nothing important in the beaches like there is in the rest of this. And now I just have to go through and get all the flowers marked and all the trees. And I could do that right now, I guess. How long can it really take? There is quite a bit though, but so far, mapping all the cliffs has been really the hard part, but there is a lot of like, oh, KK's having a freaking concert? Bro, how do I attend? I know your face, you've caught my act before, am I right? You in the mood for a song tonight? Let's hear it. Any requests? I can dial up an old favorite. You can just tell me how you're feeling and I'll groove on it. I'm in a mood, right? Is that, so I tell him? What's the mood for? Oh, what? I want to give him the specific. I want to type it out. Oh, I was gonna type out KK Rock. Wait, can I change? Can I talk to you again? So hold up. You taking your seat and I'll get my pause to playing. Oh, so I can't talk to him again? Fine. KKD&B. I don't have it already, so I hope he gives me the recording after he plays it. Alright guys, that's it for my stream. I don't know why I'm saying guys, because nobody saw this. So, to nobody who's watching this, goodbye. My stream is over. If you're seeing the recording of this, thank you for watching it. But I don't think anybody showed up here today. Cool. Glad I tried streaming on Facebook. Turns out I should just keep going ham with DLive then. Not that I've been going ham recently with my live streams. I've been AWOL for weeks. But yeah, this Facebook one, nobody showed up at. So, I don't think I should stream on Facebook then. Okay. Goodbye.